My wife and I started going to the gym to feel better about ourselves and our relationship, and now it has ruined our marriage. So as the title says, my wife, 30, and I, 29 male, decided that we needed to do something about ourselves. We've been married for 7 years and things just started getting kind of stale. Both of us, like our stationary lives, for lack of a better word, we're not very active, stay at home and watch movies kind of people. I started noticing that things were getting worse when we would plan to go do a trip or some other activity, and then when the day came, my wife would just decide she wasn't up for going. It became so bad that we didn't have any romantic urges at all. It kind of felt like both of us were just living our lives adjacent to each other and our flame had faded away. I knew I loved my wife and I thought she loved me, so I thought that it really was just our lifestyle that was affecting us. I told my wife that I had gotten both of us gym memberships and had invested in a personal trainer for both of us. She was upset at first because I didn't consult her, but when we had the talk about how things were going, I was able to convince her to go. I sort of guilt-tripped her into going, honestly, but I feel like it's a good thing to guilt-trip someone for. So we met with both our trainers and got started. Getting started was the hardest thing, but once we got invested and got into a routine, it became easier and even fun some days. I started weightlifting for the first time in my life and really enjoyed it. Seeing my own progress became its own encouragement. Same thing for my wife. She became really excited to go to the gym and enjoyed her workouts too. I think she enjoyed going to the gym a lot more than I expected her to. At first I was glad. I mean, that's what I wanted us to do, right? But it felt like to her it was more than just the exercise that she was excited for. She went from talking about her exercise and how much improvement she was making to how much improvement she was told she was making. I know that might seem like a small difference, but it's more like she was happy to be told by her trainer that she was improving more than that she was actually improving. I started noticing that she became more and more reliant on her trainer, and she was spending more time with him. Usually we'd go to the gym together every other day, but lately she's going by herself on her off days too. Sometimes she doesn't even tell me she's planning to go. I just come home and she's not there for hours. I don't know. I feel like she has a really close relationship with him. This was in contrast to my trainer, who I felt like had planned to get me started and keep me motivated to keep going on my own. You know, I became jealous. I felt like my wife wasn't paying any attention to me anymore and that she was being pulled away from me. Her trainer is a good-looking guy, and while I was trying to look like him eventually, I wasn't there yet. I talked to a friend of mine about it and convinced me that I was being jealous and paranoid. I was a bit more right than I thought. The other day, my wife and I were at my brother's house, who had just gotten a puppy. She took a video of the puppy playing with their 5-year-old. I asked to see it, and she gave me her phone while she took a shower. I scrolled through some of her videos and I found one of her trainer demonstrating how to do a stretch. I looked into some of her pictures and I found not only candid shots of him while they were training, but she had saved screenshots of him from Facebook or Instagram or something. She has a whole section of her photos, like dedicated to this man. I don't know what to do now. I haven't talked to her about this yet. I don't know how I'd approach the subject, and I don't even know what she'd say about it. Am I being crazy? I feel like the thing I brought into our lives to help our marriage is going to break it apart. Update. My wife and I had a conversation about her relationship with her trainer. It didn't go well. At first, things were normal. I told her that I saw her pictures of him on her phone, and I wanted to know why she had them. She started to chastise me for violating her privacy and going through her phone without her permission. Even if she had those photos, it doesn't mean it was right to go through them. I expected that part. Then she started to tell me that the reason she had them was because they were in fact soulmates and they were in love with one another. I did not expect this part. My wife explained in detail how ever since the two of them locked eyes, she knew they were meant to be together. She went on and on about how great he was to her and how he was always encouraging her and making sure that everything was going okay to her. When they would see each other, he would always smile and things around her would just feel better. She had already planned on leaving me, but as thanks for bringing the two of them together and providing for her, she was planning on giving me favorable terms for her divorce. So just like that, my wife is planning on leaving me. I've tried to talk to her to no avail. Update 2, It's been a few weeks since the events of the last update happened, but I have news on this story. We have fully separated, the divorce went quickly, and she agreed to basically everything I asked without resistance. After everything that happened, I sort of retreated into myself for a few days and ignored the outside world, but I started working out more actively and more aggressively, and things started getting better for me. I was able to put my mind off everything, and once the divorce was finalized, I wasn't even really upset anymore. Things were not great, but they would get better. 2 days ago, I got a phone call from my now ex-wife in tears. I guess things had not gone well for her. The true love soulmate thing was very one-sided, and it was not reciprocated. I don't even know if the trainer even knew that she had feelings for him. I don't know the exact details, and a lot of it was very hard to hear over her crying, but whatever happened exactly, it was bad. Well, she wanted to make up in that moment. I just told her no. It was her decision to end this thing we've had going for years. She was the one who wanted to leave, and she's the one who had been disloyal to me. I was livid. I couldn't believe she would try to turn this around on me. Even if I wanted to take her back, I couldn't trust her again. What if this happens again? Another spur-of-the-moment horse shit event happens. Frankly, she's not worth the risk if she's willing to leave a marriage over what she calls a moment of weakness. I told her that I never wanted to see or hear from her again, and she should start something new because what we had is forever gone. Honestly, after knowing what kind of person she really is, I'm glad it's gone too. Now some comments. Hey, I just want to say, I'm so sorry you went through this. As a woman, I can tell you, not all of us behave like your ex. You didn't do anything wrong by wanting to work on your marriage and your health together. Her actions and choices were hers alone. Please don't let this experience make you jaded about love or partnerships. You deserve someone who will value the effort you put in and walk alongside you, not wander off chasing a fantasy. Oof, rough situation. It's great you're standing up for yourself now, but part of me wonders if you noticed the signs earlier and just didn't want to deal with them. I mean, a marriage doesn't crumble overnight. Hopefully this teaches you to pay closer attention in your next relationship. Best of luck. Part of me wonders if you're fully seeing the big picture here. You talk about how the relationship was stale, how she wasn't excited to go anywhere or do anything, and how you just decided for her that the gym was the fix. That's not partnership, that's control disguised as help. Again, she's the one who crossed the line and made the final call to break the marriage. But maybe next time, you'll try actually working with your partner on the solutions instead of dragging them toward what you personally think is the answer. Relationships take two people and two sets of needs. Just my 2 cents.